Hello, today we're going to talk about the facial aspect of the cranium or the frontal aspect of the cranium. First we have the nason, and in some people there is a remnant of the frontal suture, which is called the metopic suture, right in the place of the glabella. Here you have the supraorbital margin and the supraorbital foramen or notch. There is the nasal septum separating the nose to left and right, the nasal cavity to left and right. And the nasal conchae, you can see the inferior and the middle, but the superior cannot be shown in this position or in this model. And the whole structure here forming the nasal cavity is called, the opening for the nasal cavity is called the piriform aperture. And here is the zygomatic bone. It's paired, so we have left and right zygomatic bones, and with the zygomaticofacial foramen. Here you have the maxilla with the alveolar processes for maxillary teeth. And the maxilla we also have the infraorbital foramen. Now let's move to the mandible. In the mandible you have a lot of structures. You have the mental foramen. It cannot be shown here, but it should be here laterally on each side. And you also have the alveolar processes for mandibular teeth. You also have here is the ramus of the mandible. This vertical part, and the horizontal part is the body of the mandible. Next to the mental foramena, there is the, or the in the middle, there is the mental tubercle and mandibular protuberance. Here, it's a triangular elevation of the mandible. It shows the facial feature here. What left? I think that's all for here, but we also have to talk about the orbit, the orbital cavity, to some extent. We have the optic canal, from which the optic nerve and the ophthalmic artery go. And you have the superior orbital fissure, from which a lot of structures, a lot of nerves for the muscles of the eyeball come here. And the inferior orbital fissure, also an important structure. And I think that's it for now. See you in another video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you. Bye.